So there it is, the newest bike in my collection. This is a 1981 Maico 490, the first one, the very first 490, whenever they bored out the 440 into a 490. And this is the GS version. It's all original for the most part. Still has, it hasn't been modified. Like, they didn't cut this. No one's cut this to make this into a motocross looking bike. So, which is definitely good. If you want the motocross version, then you should just get the motocross version. For me, I do like the look of the motocross version, but I like the Enduro gears, so I would still want this motor on a motocross frame. But I'm not gonna mess with this frame. If I want the motocross frame, I just buy the motocross frame and transfer it over. But I think I'm gonna keep it this way anyways, just because the GS is getting very rare and too many people are modifying the frames, and so it wouldn't be original. It's very hard to find an original. So as you can see, this is 251 serial number. So this is a GS frame, and the serial number here is GT252. So this is the GT GS. So now I actually have two. So this one here has like the motocross frame, but it does have the GS engine. And all of my bikes, I pretty much convert to the Enduro gearing anyway. So I like the Enduro gearing. So this bike is one that I wanted for a long time. As far as the 81, the first, Maico 490. So as you can see in the start of the video, I haven't ridden this yet. I haven't started it. I tried to start it, as you see, and it just spurts out and shuts off real fast, and that means that most likely it just needs the pilot jet claw cleared. Because usually if you put gas in the cylinder and it goes burn, that's it. Typically it means that your pilot jet's clogged. So, and so this bike has just been sitting for a long time. Also, it does have new piston rings, but I mean, given the bike is, 30 years old, and I didn't pay rebuild price for it at all, so I don't really mind if I have to rebuild it. So I'm going to check out the engine, make sure it's okay. I'm not just going to ride this thing. I have bikes that I've already, obviously rebuilt them. And so I might as well ride the ones that are already rebuilt while I look in to see what this bike needs. Not sure if I want to powder coat the frame or not. As you can see here, it's got a key here. See that? I don't have the keys to it, but it's got a steering wheel lock. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do as far as this, but it has Works Performance shocks on it, by the way. So it's kind of different. Feels really good. The bike, it has, the clutch is real easy to pull actually on this one. It's a lot easier to pull even than my 440. So could mean that it's got good cable pull, or it could mean that the clutch springs need replaced. I don't know, because typically they are hard to do. So I mean, the pipe is a little bit rusted up, so I'll probably take that off, clean it out, and paint it. I mean, it's not bad shape at all. It's just, you can tell it's been sitting. I will have to, I don't know about painting this. I mean, there's no broken fins, at least, so it's in pretty good shape there. I don't really know about painting those top ends, as far as, because I don't like it to keep that much heat and I think I take it apart. If I want to fix it up. The other thing is that, I mean, it does have the tall front sprocket, so I'll probably change that out. I'm not sure if I'll keep this guard on it or not, or take it off. There's mixed feelings about those, either catching and breaking the case. I know that my chain had broken on the 82, and it did just missed the case. Put a little, because mostly it swings out this way, so I did put a case saver on it, so maybe I just keep the case saver on this one too. But yeah, and I'm not sure, I mean, the frame could use powder coat. Not sure if I would do it or not. One of the things is that, I mean, it still has the original paint. I'm not sure about matching it and stuff, and definitely want to get the sticker for it though. Get the nice stickers for it. I just have the smaller tank. As you can see, my other ones all have the big Enduro tanks. So I'm gonna see if I can. I think I know somebody who has an Enduro tank. So I think they're offering to sell me one at one point. So I'll just see if I can find him and see if I can buy an Enduro tank for this one. I probably definitely change the fenders as far as matching them so it's all one color. And again, I'm going to check out and see what I think about the engine. I'll drain the oil and stuff like that, and then I want to see about. Definitely, probably will get the wider foot pegs, just like I have for these bikes. You know, the wider ones, better ones. Replace those. It has the same issues as far as my other bike, where it catch a little bit. Not as probably as bad as that bike, but I mean, all these older Maicos, they'll catch. It does feel very, very strong compression though. It feels very good. Let's see. Even give it, yeah, this bike has good compression too. So that's the other thing is, as you can see, I have the Mikuni on this one. I may put this one here. Oh yeah, this petcock here. These ones always leak and go bad, and I can tell it's. You see, whenever I turn it, it kind of leaks. So I don't know if I have a new one already. I have a new one. And there's this one here, but it's kind of. So I'm probably have to order a new petcock for that. Not a big deal. But yeah, I said I got a really good price on it. So I mean, I paid probably I think $100 less than I paid for this bike. And this bike here, I had to completely rebuild it. Knew everything, right? So yeah, I mean, even if you do ride it, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything's working properly. So I don't really put too much into having it running. Or it running doesn't really necessarily mean it's still good, because that bike ran. But again, whenever I buy a bike, I always look to see, you know, if they don't say it's rebuilt and it's been sitting, then I just assume that if I pay a price for it, I may have to rebuild it. And so I pay a price that I'm okay with rebuilding it. Now, if I go out and buy someone's bike for like $7,000 and they say it's rebuilt, better be rebuilt. But these ones, I mean, these have been sitting for a while. I don't assume that they're going to be tip top, and I assume they probably need some work. So I assume that this may or may not need some work. I don't know. I know I tried to start it, as you saw, and it sputtered, which means that likely the carb is clogged. So we'll try to clean that up the other thing is that somewhere I have a whole bunch of carbs right in here. And so, you can see I have a Mikuni here. This one is brand new, never used. It's a Keenan. It's a Keenan flat slide. I might try to jet this one on for that bike. Because that bike there has a TM already, TM Mikuni. So I can compare how the Mikuni works compared to this bike if I put a Keenan carb on it. This is brand new. I had bought this a while ago, thinking I could use it on that bike, but I didn't feel like rejetting it, and the sizes weren't what I expected. I thought that would be better fit, but it wasn't, so I just kept the Mikuni on that one. So anyhow, with this one, what I will probably do is jet that carb, but first, because these bings are hard to start. I'm not good with these bings. But everything here, I want to see here is, like, also it came with the front light, as you can see. I have the front light to this thing. I also have the front number plate. This is also very rare and hard to find, which is the actual kickstand to the Enduro. So to the GS, this is the kickstand. Actually came with the horn and the speedometer, and of course, you know, it has all the light stuff for turn signals and everything. You know, probably not putting all that stuff on. I mean, the light's kind of cool. Look kind of cool on it, you know, putting the light on it, but at the same time, probably end up putting one of them tanks on it, you know. So this is the bike. I mean, it shifts the gears. Not even sure if it has oil in it. Yeah, it's got oil in it. You heard that clicking. That's typical for these bikes. I mean, it's pretty clean. So what we're going to do now is take off the carb and clean it. Okay, taking out the carb. Let's see how this carb looks. Yep, it comes off now. And screw that. The thing I like about these bings is they have this clip. So, I mean, some of my bikes do have bings on them. It's just they have bings with chokes. So, they're not... I also like that these bolts on top stay in. You take them off. So, yeah, this is a mess here. Unfortunately, push it aside right now. Lay down this thing here, and what about these is this clip. Just push it back and takes the bolt right off. Stuck on there a bit. Okay. Gotta get rid of this gas. Can't even see through this thing, so there it goes. That's what happens when these bikes been sitting for years. Much better. I can see through it pretty easily. Of course. So, just blew everything out with the air compressor. And you'll probably notice I didn't use any carb cleaner. The carb actually isn't that bad. Has some dirt here and there, but I mean, I usually use carb cleaner if the carb is extremely dirty, just get the gunk out of it. But honestly, I mean, even then I still use air compressor. And most of the time, I mean, actually I'm not even gonna say most, I'm just gonna say all the time. If you just use the air compressor, even if you use it in conjunction with carb cleaner, you're going to get everything, because usually stuff is clogged. And so you want to blow it out of there with force. If you just use carb cleaner, I think your results are going to be mixed. So, I don't know if you've watched my channel, but I've rebuilt so many bikes. The dirtiest carb, the one I had to clean over and over and over again, was the KTM 495. Even after cleaning it, it would get clogged again, cleaning it, get clogged again. And I used carb cleaner, and I also blew it out. But I rebuilt a lot of bikes, and it's been my experience that just force of the air compressor is enough. You don't need carb cleaner. And so I like cleaning the carb for me is just blowing it out with the air compressor. That's it. So we'll see. You saw it didn't start. We'll see if it starts now that I've cleaned out the carb. We can give it another start, see what happens. Another test start. I can tell that this stuff all needs replaced. It's all old. The air boot is rotted. It's all dry rot, so that needs replaced. Oh, where did I put my tools now? Yeah, the air boot is all dry rot, so it's gonna need to be replaced. I should start making a list of things I need to do to it. I need to check the air filter, but probably could use a new one. I used to have one, but I tore it apart and used it for other things. Let's make sure it's not leaking here. Yeah, looks okay. So I need to replace this. I'm going to replace the petcock, of course, get a new one. Replace the air boot, get that. Get stickers for it, get a new tank for it. Change these fenders out. I mean, at the minimum. That's the minimum I want to do. So, now I have to find where I put my... Now that I've cleaned the carb, most likely it should start. One of the tricks I was doing with the KTM 495 with the Bing was to blow into these and start it. And it would start up every single time, first kick with that. The 82 never liked that though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on the carb, let it fill up. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of gas inside here. And then just start it up like that. That's usually the easiest thing to try. So I rode down the street, as you can see. Yeah, I mean, it actually runs excellent. It pulls great. I actually think it pulls better than my 82. I mean, the thing pulls great. I mean, if I can keep that bing on it, be a great thing. Of course, the 82 does have, again, a spark arrestor, which I'll have to get on this one too. This one sounds nice. It'll sound different with the spark arrestor, but yeah, I made some cleanup here and there out to see. I mean, I'm not completely sure the motor doesn't need gone through. I'll have to check it out and see what I think. Definitely will change its front sprocket. It's geared high, but let me see here. There's no up and down plate. There's no up and down plate in that, at least that gear. So that's nice. No up and down plate in that. To make sure there's no leaks, occurring anywhere. And again, like I said about the paintiness, I don't know. Have to see if if anywhere else has any up and down play that needs to be messed with. But I mean, I don't know, the bike pulls great. So as far as the top end and the bike running, I don't see any issues with it, at least for a short run. I mean, sometimes bikes don't really do anything bad until you have it for a while, but still, I really like the power of this bike, even better than the 82. I think this bike seems to be, I don't know why, but it seems better. Maybe it's different top end. Maybe that one doesn't have a mallet piston in it. But I think this one, he said, has a Wasinger piston in it anyways. And that one, I don't remember, it has a Wiseco or a Wasinger. Maybe Wiseco. Anyhow, of course I haven't ridden that bike in a long time, so I could remember anything different. But it pulls great. Yeah, very, very happy with this bike. Like I said, whenever the brakes are, of course, don't work, then that's expected. The brakes not to work, so. But otherwise, yeah, I really like this bike. It looks nice. It's the first Maico 490. The 81. It's the more rare GS version. Now I have 81, 82, 83, and then 86, and then 96 and 2004. So definitely does a good thing for the collection I've got going here. Very happy with it, and definitely got it for a great price. So yeah, like I said, just needed to get carb clean. Yeah, and yeah, I'll have to, like I said, go through it, make sure nothing else that needs done. Definitely fix it. The exhaust is actually not in too bad of shape. I mean, it doesn't really have any major dents in it. I mean, if you look at my 82, my 82 is messed up pretty bad here, and I had it welded several times to fix it there, so, but anyway, yeah, I had it welded twice actually, fix that one. So, but yeah, an 82 is harder to get some of these frame parts for. An 81, it has much more options to get. So definitely like it. Good bike. Starts to definitely a good bike for the collection.